Okay.
Good morning and welcome to Mission Control Houston and the International Space Station update. We're joining the International Space Station Flight Control team in the Space Station Flight Control Room here at the Mission Control Center in Houston, where the Orbit 2 team is on console, led today by Flight Director Dina Cantella, with help from Capcom or Capsule Communicator Josh Matthews. Orbiting the Earth about 220 miles above the Indian Ocean and heading towards Malaysia, the Expedition 27 crew is more than halfway through their first working day together. It began at 1 a.m. Central Time after a day off yesterday to shift their schedules back to the normal routine following the arrival of the final 3 crew members of the Expedition 27 crew. The full complement now includes Commander Dmitry Kondratyev and flight engineers Paolo Nespoli and Katie Coleman, who launched to the station in December and are today working on their 114th day in space and their 112th day at the space station. They're scheduled to return to Earth in mid-May. And working on their second day at the International Space Station are U.S. astronauts Ron Garan and cosmonauts Andrei Borisenko and Alexander Samokutyaev, all flight engineers now on the Expedition 27 crew. They launched from the Baikonur Cosmodrome in Kazakhstan at 5:18 p.m. Central Time on Monday in their Soyuz TMA-21, which they then docked to the station's Poisk module at 6:09 p.m. Central Time on Wednesday. They'll be staying at the space station for almost 6 months. Here on the ground, the Space Station Flight Control Room's Trajectory Operations Officer was monitoring yesterday a piece of space debris that was scheduled to be passing within 10 kilometers of the station, or about 6 miles.
Go ahead, Katie, on 2.
Hello, is it ISK?
It is.
Okay, I think I always say your name wrong, ISK.
Your pronunciation is perfect.
I don't think so. Okay, I finished. I'm just putting things away. And here's my question. For jettison stowage bag number 8, it does not fit in the CTB. So I have it wrapped up next to the CTB in the overhead 3 Bravo 1 location.
Checking standby.
Flight engineer Katie Coleman, they're talking with the team on the ground at the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency's flight control room in Tsukuba, Japan. As I was saying, the team on the ground here in Houston has been monitoring a piece of space debris that was scheduled to be passing within 10 kilometers of the station, about 6 miles. After continuing to keep an eye on that piece of debris overnight, the team has determined that it poses no risk to the space station and will actually require neither a maneuver of the station nor any special preparation by the crew inside. So again, the debris that the ground team was watching yesterday will not be posing any threat to the space station and won't require any special action by the crew.
Katie, back with you on 2. This is SIP-C. Yes, you can leave this configuration as it is, but we'd like to have some pictures for this configuration, if you don't mind.
You would like photographs?
Would you please, Katie?
No problem. I will do that. And SK, when I took the photographs of the samples, there were many more bubbles or small drops in 101 than in 102. Just my observation for you. I took photographs.
This is just a great information for us. Thank you for the additional info.
Okay, and also I took photographs the way you asked in the procedure, but I also took photographs looking up at the light because I thought you could see more drops if the light was shining through. So you have both photographs.
Fantastic. Thank you.
The newly complete Expedition 27 crew.
Comments, Katie?
The newly complete Expedition 27 crew, as you can tell, is getting off to a running start on their first day working together. They've got a number of science and maintenance activities as well as preparation work for the upcoming visit by Space Shuttle Endeavour and its crew of 6.
No additional comments. Thank you.
All right, Katie. Looks like
no questions or comments. Thank you.
All right, Katie. Looks like we completed the series of nanoskeleton number 2 experiment. Today we have a principal investigator, Dr. Endo, down here, and Dr. Endo is obviously very happy to see your great work and good observation data as well. We'd like to extend our appreciation. Outstanding job, Katie.
One of the activities that is being worked on today, as you've been listening to.
And Dr. Endo, it was my pleasure. These were very interesting experiments. I am a polymer chemist, so it's very nice for me to look at the samples. I know sometimes I took a long time, but it's because I like to look at the samples.
All right, Katie. Thanks for all of your tasks.
And do you know that we sent some video down last night of the nanoskeleton experiment? I took some video footage, and it was on the ground last night.
Yeah, we've already obtained the video down link. Thanks much.
Okay. Thank you.
As I was saying, we've been listening to Flight Engineer Katie Coleman talking about one of several experiments that the crew is scheduled to work on today. She has been working on the Nanoskeleton 2 experiment, which aims to clarify the effect of gravity on oil flotation, sedimentation, and convection on crystals generated in microgravity. Other experiments going on at the station, in particular on the Russian side of the station, include one that Flight Engineer Paolo Nespoli and Commander Dmitry Kondrachev are working together on. That one is a study of bioelectric cardiac activity. Then Kondrachev was also participating in the identification experiment, which investigates the dynamic loads on the space station's Russian segment and how they're affected by activities such as docking, reboost, spacewalks, and exercise going on inside. The vibrations from all of those things can affect the joints holding the space station together. And Flight Engineer Alexander Semikutiyaev, one of the new members of the station's crew, was performing a run of the Matryoshka experiment, which uses a mannequin with radiation detectors on it to study the radiation environment inside the space station. As I also mentioned, the crew also had some work on their schedule to get ready for the STS-134 mission coming up at the end of the month. Nespoli was scheduled to go ahead and start packing up some of the items that Space Shuttle Endeavour will be returning to Earth at the end of that mission. And he and Coleman also spent a couple hours inside the Quest airlock getting the 2 station's spacesuits ready for the mission. One of the spacesuits will be worn by Greg Chamitoff on 2 of the mission's 4 spacewalks, and the other will actually be sent home aboard Space Shuttle Endeavour. Before the end of the day, the crew is also scheduled to come together as a newly complete crew to discuss what everyone's different roles and responsibilities would be in the event of an emergency at the space station. That, of course, is something the crew trains for back here on the ground, but this will serve as a refresher course now that the entire crew is in space. This is Mission Control Houston.